fucking all over the place. Overshooting all your reps. I'll show you what not to do. Looks like nothing. I don't know what that was. I'm going to take you through the exact workout that I was doing in 2015 to grow my shoulders and my arms. I'm going to take you through it as if you're here training with me, and I'm your coach, so I'm going to give you all the coaching cues, all the things that I do to record my weights, how I decide when it's time to go up in weight, when it's time to do my next working set, how much rest to do between sets, so that you can take this into the gym and do it for yourself. So first exercise is a dumbbell shoulder press. My first piece of advice when you're doing a seated dumbbell shoulder press is not to have your backrest up too straight. So I find often people sit like that when they do their shoulder press, but it's going to be when your seat is really upright and your arms are here, it gives you quite a big stretch through the shoulders, which is really uncomfortable, especially if you're tight in the shoulders. So I'm going to put this back one. Not all benches have as many notches, which is a little bit annoying, but this one has lots of notches, so I can bring it back one, like that, so that when I'm sitting down to do the shoulder press, see how I'm a little bit further back in the seat now? So that means I'm not stretching as much through the front when I do my shoulder press. So just a little bit of a cue for anyone who's got tight shoulders. If you feel like you're not making progress in your shoulder press, it could be because your seat is too upright. So always have it that little bit further back. The dumbbells here are in a really weird order. So we've got 7.5, 12.5, 17.5, 10, 15. So they go like this here, or they go up that way. So I'm gonna work on a 12 rep range today, and I'm gonna do 5 warm-up sets before I do my first working set. First warm-up set, I'm gonna start probably at around 8 kilos. And I'll do, for my first warm-up set, 12 reps. A little tip too, if you're starting with shoulder press and then you're warming up with shoulder press, be careful that you don't warm up too quickly, because you can build up lactic acid in the shoulders really quickly. So it's a small muscle group like shoulders. I think it's important to take your time warming up. If you're in a rush and you know you need to be done by a certain time when you train, don't skip the warm-up, skip the last exercise. Little tip, because if you warm up properly, you can normally lift heavier on your first working set, which is more helpful than rushing the warm-up, not getting a decent working set, and then it affects your whole entire workout. So second warm-up set now, I've got 10s, and I'm gonna do 10 reps. I'm going to stretch the back of my shoulder. Anytime you're training upper body, and you see this in all my other videos, that I always stretch the shoulders, the chest and the back in between my warm-up sets. So hanging from one arm and pushing my hips out to the side is a good way of stretching. See how it's stretching the front of my shoulder, but it also stretches my upper back. I'm actually going to use the same weights and do 6 reps. Right, now I'm going to grab the 12.5s. When shoulder pressing, as it gets progressively heavier, see how throughout the warm-up I'm slowly adding weight, but I'm doing less and less reps, so I'm warming up the body without fatiguing it before I do my first working set. And a few things to think about when you're shoulder pressing, okay? So yes, you don't want to be too upright is the first one, but when you're back in the seat, try not to collapse through the chest as well. So with a press, and it's the same for chest press, so it doesn't matter if you're pressing that way or that way, neutral spine. So I'm always thinking about sitting in the seat with a neutral spine, so with good posture, which looks like that, not like that. So I want to make sure I don't put any load through my lower back, because when any weight is above you, if you don't have good posture, then you're going to get some of it in your lower back, which we don't want any of that. So keeping good posture. Let's do 3 with the 12.5s. Put them back. And now I'm grabbing 15s, which are here. Before I do my next warm up, I'm going to get on the foam roller. And just open up the chest. And lay like this for a minute. So just going to try and breathe in and open the rib cage. Because often one of the reasons why we can't keep the chest up is because we're tight all through the front. So it's just a good way of opening up the rib cage and stretching out the intercostals. If it loosens off at all, you can make it a bit more intense by pistol gripping the fingers. It's been a while since I've done shoulder press as my first exercise, so I don't know what my 12 rep range is going to be today. So I'm going to go with one more warm up set with the 15s. I'm going to do 3 reps again. See how I don't bring my elbows all the way down either? They just kind of come down to 90-degree angle. I think people go way too low with their shoulder press, but if you bring your elbow down too low, you can't get it back up. Okay. So I'm estimating 17.5 would be my working set. So I'm going to get them ready. Before I do that, one more hang stretch, which will be with both arms. So if you want to stretch, I'm going to go this way so you can see how much it stretches my back. Oh yeah, clicked already. And then I'm just going to shake my spine out like that. So it stretches my upper back, but also loosens up my lower back. This morning I already did a 45-minute mobility class, so I actually feel like I don't need to do as much stretching in between my warm-up sets as I normally would if I haven't done a mobility class in the morning. So now I'm just going to do 1 rep, which will be my last warm-up. Right. I'm happy with that for my working weight. And I know, I don't have it with me, but I know that would be a lot heavier than what I was able to do in 2015. I'm gonna write down first exercise, shoulder press. $17.5 kg. If you always train alone and you have no spotter, you can often hit a plateau on shoulder press because you use a lot of energy getting the dumbbells into position. So if you can get one more rep than last week, that is a big deal when you train by yourself and with dumbbells. So I have a friend filming for me today, but she cannot help me with the dumbbells. So I have to do it myself, okay? So if you do train alone and you've got the heavy dumbbells, I mean, it's gonna be hard anyway. But the easiest way to get it up, it's not easy, but it's the easiest way, is see, I kick them first into a shortened position and then I push them up. So I kick them up with my legs. Ooh. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, breathe in on the way down, out on the way up. 3. 6. 'How was that, cameraman? Was that any good? 10 reps. So, could I have got one more? Maybe, if I had a spotter. Yep. I think as much as I preach going all the way to failure, there are certain exercises where safety becomes more important. So with dumbbells, I'll always try and beat what I did last week. If I get to a point where it's not safe to do on my own without a spotter, so for example, if I was going to change to the 20 kilos, which is the next increment, I might actually change to a machine shoulder press so that I can go all the way to failure without the risk of dropping a dumbbell on my head. So does it work different muscles? Well, not really. It's more stable. So using dumbbells is good because if you have muscle imbalances, the weaker arm has to work just as hard as the stronger arm. So if you use a bar, your stronger arm is always going to push more than the weaker arm. So that's why it's good to do dumbbell work. But if you always train alone, there's also benefit to sometimes doing with a shoulder press machine so that you can go all the way to failure and not have to worry about the risk of dropping that on your head. So we're going to do it one more time. Five, that'll do. Whew. Okay. So, to be honest, I never do more than 2 working sets unless I've accidentally chosen a weight which is too light, and then I might do a third one. If I stay with a program for a long time, I often go down to 1 working set and just go do as many reps as I can. But because I haven't done this workout for a long time, I'm going to do 2 of each working set. Next exercise is a lateral raise. So lateral out to the side raise. With this one, I always like sitting down. my preference is to always do them sitting down because I find they're more strict. So, might do a warm-up set with 4. So even though my shoulders are warmed up, any subsequent exercises, I like to do 1, sometimes 2 warm-up sets just to get used to a different movement through the body. So these are light, they're about 60% of what I'm going to do for my working set. But the reason why I like doing my lateral raises sitting down is because it's more strict. So it's harder to cheat and do cheat reps. So if you're standing up, it's so easy to do cheat reps accidentally and use momentum, whereas when you're sitting down with your knees narrow, it's much easier to do them strict. So with lateral raise, just try and turn the thumbs down. So elbows up, but thumbs down, like that. So let's do, say, 6 of these. It's enough for a warm-up. Okay, so I remember in 2014-15 where I was still trying to grow the shoulders, I always like to do 1 push and 1 pull. So that's why I'm doing a press and then a pull. So it's working obviously the same area, but in 2 different planes of movement. And I think for my lateral raise, I did this 7 kilos, I think. Might be about right. So, things that people usually get wrong with a lateral raise is they go that way rather than that way. And the first time you turn everything down, you'll realize it is so much harder. So when I had this corrected, I think I went down to like 1 kilo dumbbells each side because I couldn't turn everything down. So when you're lateral raising, if you're trying to pull from the middle part of the shoulder, imagine your shoulder is pulling your arm up. So I'm not using my arm, I'm using my shoulder, like that. So if I use my arm or my bicep, I can do this all day long. But I don't want to use my arms yet, I want to use my shoulders. So it's a humbling exercise because if you do it properly, cannot go heavy. So let's see if I can get 12 good reps with the 7s. And again, feet narrow, because if your feet are wide, it shortens the range of motion because I can't have my arms in narrow. So try to start from a dead hang. So you're not starting from here, right? Dead hang so that it's full range. We want as much stretch through the shoulder as possible. So starting like this. Oh. See if you can get a pause at the top as well. I always get an itchy nose. So you can tell when you're starting to fatigue because I can feel my body starting to go like this. Could you see it? Just a little bit. So you know then, even when you're sitting down, you can still use momentum a little bit. So that's when you know it's time to stop. Because I could do heaps more reps and just do this. All right. But then I'm just doing cardio or back extensions. So this is a good thing about filming myself. I can watch back, give myself feedback too. So I did do 12 reps, but I know I started using momentum at the end. So I always put a note like that too to myself. So So that next week, I use the same weight, probably do the same number of reps, but try to do them all without momentum. And I think it's important when you're tracking your data, however you do it, like I always do notebook. I can't be bothered with an app. I know, just a bit old school, I think. But it's also because I want to write a note, because if you just take it literally and just try and do just the number of reps and try and beat the reps, sometimes your form gets worse so that you can do more reps. So you're actually going backwards, even though on paper it looks like you're improving. So I don't really care about what I write down, because I'm not going to show this to anyone. I mean, you can, it's hard to read, but I can show you. But if I put on here that I started using momentum, then when I come back next week to do the same workout, I might even say that I did less reps with the same weight. So on paper it looks like I was worse, but I know I was able to do them all without momentum. So I did better reps, which means there's more load on the muscle, which is the point of it. So just a little tip, just because you're not writing down more weight or more reps doesn't mean you didn't make progress. I'm gonna do it one more time. Now, if I ever get to a point where I do 12 good reps or more, then the next set I go up in weight, or the next workout I go up in weight. But that was 12 reps, some form at the end with momentum. So that means I'm not ready to go up in weight yet, regardless of what rep range I'm on, okay?
Nobody care, so I talk less. I still there. Body there. One man rollie, one small prayer, yeah. I did bar man, I know fear, yeah. I don't lose and I don't let, yeah. Still stand for here, I swear. Cause I don't ask God question, you know the answer. I don't get up, I ain't get the power. Whatever things that do the bad, I'm way the harder, they bump man, do the saga. If they know what in I got inside them, no one judge me at all. I know loud, oh. I know rush, yo. Why you want me to fall? Okay, everything go there, alright.
I feel like that might have been a little bit better. Just a little bit better. Yeah, sometimes being aware of what you need to improve. Your second set is just an opportunity to improve. But if you are doing 2 sets, don't save yourself for your second set. It's another tip. Go as hard as you can on your first set. And if you're a floppy noodle for your second, third and fourth set, doesn't matter. Don't save. If you know you're doing more sets and you save energy on your first working set to do more on your second set, then your first set was not a working set, it was another warm-up set. So it's just a tip. Go hard on your first set. All your second ones are just to make sure that you got everything out of your body, like no more energy left. And now I'm gonna do a tricep exercise. Okay, one of my favorites, this. So, females always ask me how to get rid of this, right? They go like this. Trish, how do I get rid of this, right? Now, I don't know about you, but no one walks around like this, doing this, right? So you only do this at your trainer. You don't do it anywhere else. The rest of the time, our arms are here, right? Or we're carrying groceries, or we're carrying our kids. So no one sees your arm except you doing this, right? And the bad news is there's no exercise that will make it go away, but building muscle will certainly help. So we're gonna get a warm-up weight, and again, I'm doing a lot of work with dumbbells today so that my dominant arm can't do most of the work. You can do this with a bar if you want, but I'm gonna do it with dumbbells. I'm gonna have it up here and I'm gonna extend this way. And it needs to be further back. So push your elbows as far back as you can get them so that you stretch through the back of the arm. And I've still got a neutral spine, so I'm not collapsed through the bench like that, but spine is neutral. And yeah, I still have my core turned on, but good posture standing up is the same as good posture lying down. So core is locked on, but we've still got a bit of a neutral spine. That's enough of a warm up. So you can see here, when your elbow goes back, then you actually have to stretch. So there's 3 heads on the tricep, and you have to stretch the longest one. So you're keeping the tricep in a stretched position. So we're going to do 2 tricep exercises. One is lengthened and one is shortened. Might be ambitious using 8, but we'll see what happens. So, when you're doing tricep work, it's the same as any tricep overhead work. Here's how people accidentally do them wrong. When the elbows are wide, like this, that's doing it wrong. You want elbows narrow. So even just doing that is uncomfortable. If you're tight in your upper back, it's hard to get in the right position for tricep exercises because you literally have to close the elbows and lengthen through your upper back. And the other thing people do wrong is this, where the elbows go forward and back. So we want to keep the elbows in one spot, and it's only the hands that are going up and down. Oh, yeah. Gives you a good stretch through your rib cage as well. Could be up the bench more. Also keep your glutes on. One more. I'll have to watch the video back, but I reckon my last two were like a little bit like that. I could feel the triceps were starting to fatigue, and then the rest of the arm wanted to do the work. So, last 2 reps, I'll call them a fail. So that's how you know if you're going all the way to failure. You're going all the way till you can't keep your elbows in, or until your elbows start moving. Then you know you're not getting as much full range through the tricep. So that's how you know. One more time. So, upper back engaged, glutes turned on, heels pressed down, elbows pointing directly up, and annoyingly these dumbbells are big and fat and they almost hit the sides of the bench. Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, yeah baby. Now it's hurting. I spit on my own face. Oh, yeah. Maybe one more. This is shitty reps now. I'm gonna try and do one more. One more. Oh. Yeah, that's enough of that shit. There. 6. Now, when you're writing your reps, I think another pointer is if you have a program from a trainer, they'll give you a rep range. Like work with a weight which is challenging for 10 to 12 reps. But what that means is it gives you a guide for what weight to choose. But you should always do as many as you can. So if you can do more, then the rep range do more. And don't just stop when you get to the required number. So what will happen then is when you look over your program, whether it's 10, 12, whatever weeks, you'll overshoot and then you'll like not even get close. So your reps, when you write it down, will be fucking all over the place. So I've got like 10 reps, 5 reps, 12, 12, 12, 6. So that's normal. I think a lot of people get hung up on it looking a certain way on their bit of paper. Like they want they'll go 12 reps, 12 reps, 12 reps, 12, 12, 12, 12. It's a sign that you, we're not going all the way to failure. Like there will be times where you fail and like you only get 5 reps on your second set, or I don't know, or you've had a massive breakfast and a cheat meal the night before, and so you're like overshooting all your reps. So it's normal for your reps to go all over the place, is what I'm saying. That's good, that's normal training. So, because it's just a record of what I did. And over the weeks, I will go progressively heavier, which means the amount of reps I'm going to be able to do will go down anyway, because I'm working with a heavier and heavier until double the weight, and I can only get like 6 reps or 4 reps or whatever. That's normal too. So yeah, your trainer, if they are periodizing down into less reps, it's because they want you to go progressively heavier. With dumbbells, going up 1 kilo at a time sometimes is too much as well. Like going from 8 to 9 for a tricep curl is a big increment. So you can't always meet the exact rep range that you're trying to aim for. So that's done anyway, that one. Let's see what my next exercise was. Cool, okay, so I'm actually gonna give the triceps a rest. There'll be 2 tricep exercises, but I'm gonna do biceps next. So now the bench is on like a 45 degree or thereabouts, kind of halfway from the top and the bottom. This was 2016. I did get a small sprain in my lower back because I didn't do this one properly. So I'll show you what not to do. I reckon I'm gonna go 6s. Something to think about when you're training arms is when you work in your tricep. So I did a tricep exercise. I was targeting the tricep as the primary muscle, but that means your biceps are also working as a secondary muscle. So when you train biceps, the opposite happens, where you're targeting the bicep, but you're also working the triceps secondarily. So this is how a lot of people end up accidentally overtraining and getting tendinopathy or injuries, because they don't think about the fact that when you're training your biceps, you're also training your triceps and vice versa. So that's why when I do shoulders and arms, I do like 1 exercise on each, or 1 exercise on biceps, 2 on triceps, and that's my whole entire arm workout for the whole week, right? Because when you're training back, you're training your biceps. When you're training chest, you're training your triceps and your shoulders. So over the week, you actually work your arms a lot anyway. So it's really important not to overtrain your arms. So see how I'm sitting back in the chair? The first part is to make sure that you have a neutral spine still. So this is where I mucked it up in 2016. I wasn't able to maintain that neutral spine. It's because I was still a few months post-surgery. So I was from a hernia repair. So I was tight. I was still too tight in here. So even though I felt like I was arching, I didn't arch as much as I normally do. So if you collapse into the bench, now you're compressing, compressing your lower back. So a neutral spine, it doesn't mean you are overextended either, because you still want to have your core turned on. But if good posture is like this, standing up, see how there's neutral. This is not good posture. So core is turned on, but I'm keeping a neutral spine. And when you lay back like this too, let your arms hang, it's actually going to stretch your chest and your shoulders. So I'm going to do 6 warm-up reps. And every time I come down to my arm completely dead hangs. And the reason why I like doing my biceps like this is because the biceps is one of the easiest ones to do wrong. If you're upright, you can pull from the shoulder to get the bicep up. So if you're up here, you can bicep curl like this, and you actually can recruit from the shoulder. So when everything is back and the shoulders are fully stretched, you can't use the shoulder at all. So it forces you to do the bicep curl properly. So I don't know. I'm gonna go 10. I'm gonna see what happens. See what happens. If you've been watching a lot of my videos, you would have seen 2024, I did have, I had tendonitis in my right elbow, which is, I'm left-handed and I had it in my right elbow. So I didn't do any bicep curls at all after that for about, a year and a half, I think. Apart from some group fitness bicep curls, which were like hardly any weight at all. But I have not done heavy bicep curls for a long time. So my elbow, I feel like it's fully healed, and I'm very happy about that. Let's see what happens. It's been a long time. So I'm gonna make sure I keep the good posture. Glutes are turned on always. Another one. Oh yeah. Sorry, I went into the black hole for a moment. Does that ever happen to you, Rach? Sometimes I go into a black hole. Does that happen to you?
Yeah, you just gotta like...
Yeah, it's just a I need to make up a name for it because it's like the whole world just disappears for a moment. Totally. That's why when you look at what we did, it looks like nothing. Like, oh, you did not work very hard. Like, there's a lot of rest in between them sets. How long is a good amount of time to rest? Now, I think it depends what rep range you're on. Rachel, you can tell me if you disagree, right? But to me, when you're doing double the weight, half the reps, you need longer rest. I think it taxes your nervous system more. So I'm on a 10 to 12 rep range, so I don't need as long a rest between. Maybe 1 minute, 90 seconds. But if I'm doing double the weight, half the reps, I always need longer, 3 minutes sometimes. I don't know if it's the same for you.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah. Yeah, not just physically. Yeah, so it's a good point. You need time to psych yourself up. You need like your heart rate to slow down. And I don't wear a heart rate monitor anymore, but I used to. And if I was watching it, I could see that I was about to do the set, like I'd pick up the weight and the anxiety would shoot my heart rate up straight away. So it's like you need to mentally prepare and physically prepare. So I can tell I'm not panting anymore, so I should go again and stop procrastinating. Yeah, no cooling down. Oh. I don't know what that was. Tickle baby! I think that was rep 5. Not that you'd really count that.
You can check the footage.
4 or 5? Question mark. And that was my strong arm. Just my strong arm. Yeah, cool. So I got one exercise left and it's for the triceps. And one of the reasons why I was doing 2 tricep exercises and 1 bicep, partly is because your tricep is a larger muscle group than bicep. They're both small, but triceps there's 3 heads and bicep is 2. So it's a bigger, stronger muscle. That's part of the reason. And the second part of the reason is I never really cared about having big biceps. I wanted good triceps. I don't know, is it a female thing? So 2 triceps, 1 bicep to keep it as balanced as possible while also targeting something that I wanted to grow. So in 2015, I'll show you the photos here. I actually got this feedback in 2014 that I needed to grow my shoulders specifically. So that's why I started with shoulders first. So I did shoulder press and lateral raise. So I do the ones that I want, the muscle I want to grow the most goes first, because then I do it when I'm fresh and I'm not tired. Then the triceps and mixed in with the bicep, and I'm going to finish off with a cable press down. Actually, let me put these away first. When we did the dumbbell, my elbow was up, so the tricep was worked in a stretch position, but now when the elbows are down, you're working it in a shortened position. So when a muscle's shortened, it's stronger. So you'll be able to go much heavier this way. So always bend forward at the hips a little bit, keep the elbows next to your sides, and when you're pressing down, just keep your wrists straight. So this as a warm up. And now I'm going to choose a working weight, around 35, I think. The reason why I like the bar is because if I show you with a rope, it's not wrong, but see how your hands are that way rather than that way. So I find that way, I just don't feel like it contracts through the tricep as much. So when you're using a bar, you have to turn your palms down and it automatically turns the tricep on. So I find I get a much better contraction when I use the straight bar. And common error again, so it's the same with the curls, right? Where we don't want this, right? None of that. So we're not moving at this joint, we're just moving at that joint. And then we don't want to also, okay, what not to do? None of this and none of that. So we're going to keep the elbows next to the side and then just push them straight down. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wanna go down? Yeah, I need that. We don't give up. Where my girls at? Wanna cop this? Louis V bag. Born to slay, I'm counting up, talking to the boss. You follow my lead, yeah, I got the sauce. It's dripping off me. Forget the cost, your budget is cheap. But living so lavishly, get it like me. Oh, God, shine my good like it's from below. Never chase, only choose what we own. But you got me, but you don't. Oh, no. Feel like you knew me from way back before. Well, it ain't like that no more. Hop in and from my nose.
I didn't see it knock me in the forehead.
Yeah.
I reckon as I was getting more tired, I was coming more and more forward, and then went, ugh. Don't hit yourself in the forehead with the rope when you're doing press down. 11 reps. Okay. So I'm gonna do that one more time, and then the workout is done. So. Yeah. I think it helps, not so much because then you would get banged in the forehead, but to be bent forward a little bit. Otherwise, it's like anything, you can start using momentum. So I think I tend to stand like that with most exercises, just to keep the neutral spine. That's done. That's done.